I'm fine.
This is Colin McGuigan for IFL TV. Frank Smith, what a night of boxing tonight. Just chat to me about that win for Jesse Van Rodriguez.
Yeah, what a night, literally the whole way through, from start to finish, before the bell, all the way through to that main event. But what a main event. Bam Rodriguez, Sonny Edwards, we said that it was going to be one of the fights of the year, and it was. Respect to both of them. Look, Jesse, a pound for pound special star, and Sonny, a tremendous fighter, and literally left everything in the ring in there tonight. He was, and he fought a different fight as well than many people expected him to fight. So, privileged to be ringside and see such an amazing main event, and credit to both of them.
Didn't ask Eddie this. I think I saved it for you because you're the events guy. Was it maybe a mistake to bring that to Arizona? Not in the sense that it wasn't a great event, because it was, but it could have been so much bigger, right?
Yeah, look, I think, maybe we could have sold more. There was a balance as well between not going to San Antonio and not being in Jesse's hometown. Obviously, we represent both of the fighters. But I think it was still a tremendous atmosphere. It was a great atmosphere in there tonight. And, we had over 5,000 in there, 5 and a bit thousand in there tonight. So, it was, could it have been bigger? Maybe, but still a tremendous event and tremendous atmosphere in there.
MJ Akhmadilov wins tonight. Comfortable win. Mandatory for Inoue. A fight you want to make next?
Yeah, and I actually think Inoue wants to. He's spoken about it quite a lot, that Akhmadilov fight. Look, MJ had a close fight against Tapales. Many believed he won that night. And now's his opportunity. Obviously, Inoue's fighting next week, is it? Yeah, 26. Yeah, next couple of weeks, and that's definitely a fight we want to make happen. Like I say, he's talked about it quite a lot, so I'm confident we can get that done. But a good win from him and a good finish.
Galal Yafai, when I spoke to him, overcritical of himself. What did you make of him tonight?
Yeah, look, I think he's got such a good engine and doesn't stop throwing punches. Maybe at certain points took a few too many punches that he didn't need to. He didn't need to. But I think he's still learning and he's stepping up very quickly. A lot of these fighters coming through now that we sign, especially from that Olympic roster, have moved very quickly, and that's good in many ways. But it means there's tests earlier on, and I think to think what's he had now, Galal 5 fights. 6 fights, 6 fights tonight, and he's going in there against some, in a 10-rounder. All his fights have been 10-rounders, and I think he's just going to keep learning. I think you're going to see the better Galal fight against the better opposition.
Peter McGrail comfortable until one shot lands, and next thing he's out of the fight. Just a crazy sequence of events.
Yeah, like he was winning literally every second of every round, boxing amazingly, and then was going in there to try and get the stoppage and got caught with a massive shot. And that's boxing. Look, Peter, it will be hard for him to take now, but I definitely think the focus will be the rematch. He'll want to go straight back in there. And look, he can do what he was doing in there for the whole fight, but he got caught by a big shot. But yeah, it's a shame for him. But we're going to have to now focus on getting him back, getting that rematch, and get it back in the UK.
Do you need Boston in a really tough fight as well? What did you make of that? He was also very critical of his performance tonight.
Yeah, look, he's someone who's moving very quickly, and also been very active. Over the last year, hasn't really had much time off. Has been in the gym constantly training. But that fight, he learnt more tonight than he would fighting 10 journeymen. Like the traditional route. So it's like, I'm not saying you want every fight to be like that, but at the same time, he also showed a lot of heart. At certain times in that fight where he was hurt, and he showed a lot of heart to get through that. And again, he will learn so much from that. And then a big 2024, I think he needs a bit of time off now. He hasn't taken any time off, literally, even when he's been in the gym non-stop. So I think he needs 3 or 4 weeks out of the gym over Christmas and then getting back out at the end of March.
Frank, I said this to Eddie. Jericho Quinn said to me, if you offered him $1 million for the rematch in Liverpool, he would decline it. It has to be in Belfast if he fights Peter McGrail again. Talk to me about that bizarre statement.
I don't know, is he partly Irish?
Well, he says he's partly Irish, but he also says that he's trained in Belfast throughout the years through the Bridges Beyond Boxing. So shout out Bridges Beyond Boxing, which is a Detroit and Belfast initiative, and that he wants that fight in Belfast. Match for him back to Belfast?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a real fit for Belfast, if I'm honest with you. Jericho Quinn
It could go as the co-main.
against Peter McGrail. Yeah, but I think
Once Paddy McCrory beats Berlanga, it could go as the co-main, no?
it fits a lot more in Liverpool. Oh.
But it's going to be over $1 million. He promised me. He said, "I am not taking that fight for any less than him."
Okay.
What's your thoughts?
Okay.
That's definitely going to Liverpool. Frank, if it does go to Liverpool, does that mean that Liam Smith could potentially be re-signing with Matchroom? Is that something that you're speaking to Beefy about at the moment?
Yeah, look, we've had conversations with Beefy. We've got a great relationship with him, and we definitely want to work with him and continue that over the years to come. But with that fight alone, even as a next gen show, as a headline for a next gen, that would be a great fight as well. So, let's see.
Frank Warren, not the comment about you because we've covered that this morning, but he said that if AJ Wilder happens, he will be the one promoting it. Does that mean that you are not working with Saudi? Are you working with Saudi, or is it directly Queensberry and you guys will just be a co-promote on that show?
Well, first and foremost, the fight's not made. The focus is December 23rd. So that's the focus right now. It's a hard fight against Otto Wilder, and AJ's completely, focused on that fight and what's ahead of him next weekend. Beyond that, we'll see what happens. But we're involved in the events, and we promote Anthony Joshua as exclusive promoter. We've been with him since his debut, and we will promote his event. So, but it's one of those things. It's hypothetical until the fight's actually made. We've all spoken a lot about what we want to do, the fights we want to make, and that is a fight we want to make in 2024, and I'm confident we'll see it happen. But Eddie's obviously built a good relationship now with the GEA and the seller team, and His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. So I think that's something for beyond December 23, because we're not looking past that.
Josh Kelly called out CONOR BENN last night. Fight you'd like to make?
Yeah, I think that's a great fight. Look, we got to get CONOR BENN. Focus is now Feb 3rd, and then he'll want a big fight in the summer.
Eddie said you're the man to speak to. Barrios, Las Vegas, February 3rd.
Why am I the man to speak to?
That's what he said, mate.
He just deflects, doesn't he? He's one of the names in there. He's not necessarily, but Feb 3rd is what we're working.
In Las Vegas?
Possibly, it's the venue we're looking at. Yeah.
Along from that, Tyson Fury comments from John Fury, where he didn't say that Tyson was on the decline. He actually said that the team around him need to be checked. What did you make of those comments?
I don't know. They always seem quite close, but from the outsider's perspective, obviously we're not involved in Tyson Fury's career, but what you see, they always seem like quite a close team, and a team that works well together from what you see. But he obviously has a much better inside track than anyone else, so you have to believe what he says.
Last one from me, Frank, because you're a busy man. Berlanga McCrory official now, done, dusted.
What are you on? 25%. You pushed.
Should be.
You pushed that one hard. Are you going to be at the show?
I mean, I hope so.
Are you going to remain impartial?
Yeah, I'll have to. Actually really like Edgar Berlanga as well. I like both guys, but Poddy's my guy, and I think that maybe you've made a mistake.
So you're not going to wear a I'm a Poddy fan?
Absolutely not.
T-shirt.
I could never say this in the build-up, but I do believe that it's a possible mistake that you've made there.
It's the first time you've ever had an opinion on a fight.
I know.
Look, it's a great fight. It's a great fight. He's a big puncher, and I think we're in for an exciting fight. That's why we made it.
Potential to come back to Belfast with Poddy McCrory headlining shows if he does get past this Berlanga test?
Yeah, for sure. But he's got to focus on that's ahead of him. It's a big fight that could completely change his career and his life. But yeah, for sure that would be possible. And even look, he puts in a massive performance. There's still opportunities to go back to Belfast with him in the right fights as well.
Look, Matchroom end of the year basically done now. I know you've got AJ next week, but happy the end of the year, double back-to-back shows in the US, and looking forward to 2024.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've been on a run of, by the end of next week, 14 events in 15 weeks. And we've done 34 shows this year. By the end of next week, it's been a wild year. It's been some unbelievable fights. I think we've delivered some great nights for the sport. I think a lot of other promoters have delivered great nights for the sport, and I think it's been a great year for boxing. I think we've seen some of the best fights out there, and I think 2024 will be even better. So very happy, excited to be near the end, and a couple of weeks off, but a good year.
Frank Smith, always a pleasure, mate. Thank you.
Colin McGuigan, always a pleasure. Happy Christmas.
I'm fine.